Hey guys, Youngblood with you, and I've been playing some more Elite Dangerous and having a lot of fun with it. That being said, there's been a learning curve with it, and there's a lot of information out there, but it seems like it's spread out over a ton of different resources, and I think because of that, I missed some of it. So what I wanted to do was share 5 kind of tips that I've actually found just from playing and doing a little bit of research and scraping things together to try and help people out. Now, these are complete noob tips, so if you've been playing even for just a little bit, chances are this is going to be you're going to be well past this knowledge base, and you've probably got a lot you can share. What I'm really trying to do is kind of help those that are maybe considering Elite Dangerous or just got it or maybe have it and haven't played it yet, and hopefully we can kind of help speed up the learning curve just a little bit because without knowing these, life is a little bit tough in the universe. So the first one is going to be using the compass. And again, this is super basic, but I also found it super helpful once I actually figured it out. Did you know that your ship has a compass that can point you in the right direction? I mean, it's a spaceship. I would assume it did, but I didn't know where it was. And flying without it can be maddening, just spinning in circles, waiting for your ship to kind of show you that you're pointing in the right direction. And I don't know if I missed this during one of the trainings or what, but in case you did too, here you go. Just to the left of your radar, you have another little circle. And in that circle is a dot. Now that dot is whatever you currently have locked as your destination. So whether that be the next star system, a space station, maybe a USS, it's going to help you get to where you want to go. Now if that dot is to the left, aim your ship until it's in the middle. If that dot's a hollow circle though, it's somewhere behind you. You're not facing in the right direction. So turn until that's a solid dot, then point it until it's in the center, and boom, you're now using the compass. So I told you, it's stupid simple, but until I saw that, it was a kind of a frustrating experience. So speaking of knowing where you're going, if your journey is involving you taking more than one jump point, I try and use the plot route feature in the galaxy map, unless you know exactly where you're going. That being said, I'm talking to noob tips here, so probably not. Not only is this going to make sure that you don't make a wrong jump into a different system, but it's going to save you time from having to relock your next destination every time you enter that next system. Now, you're going to notice on the navigational panel that there's little indicators that kind of show you what you've got selected, but basically you just go into the galaxy map, search where you're going, hover over that star, and then it's the second icon is going to be plot route. And you'll notice it's going to show you all the lines. It's a huge time saver, and it's going to make your life a lot easier. Now, docking can be really frustrating for the novice, especially trying to figure out which way to point your ship. Now, I found 2 things especially helpful. The first of which is looking for the numbers that are displayed over the pad. You should be pointing your ship at the numbers to where they make sense. So if you're looking at the numbers like mirrored or backwards or maybe they're to the side of your ship, you're not oriented properly. Now, the other helpful thing that I found is typically when you're going to land facing the control tower or the buildings, that's the direction you want to be going in. So basically you want to make sure your nose is actually pointing the buildings. There's going to be some structures, but don't mistake those for the buildings. Look for windows, look for things that look like a tower. That's the direction you want to be heading in. Again, if it's off to your side or behind you, you're not facing the right direction. Now for me, I found that using the strafe keys makes my life a lot easier and it's a lot faster, so you're not constantly using throttle and the yaw is painfully slow, just to get your ship lined up correctly. Now another thing to note with this though is that at the larger starports, it can be hard to kind of find that mail slot to enter, to go dock your ship, especially on those Coriolis stations, which are shaped like some crazy board game die. In general, stations are facing the planet or the body that they're kind of orbiting. So if you can exit Super Cruise on that side of the station, it'll make finding that entrance a hell of a lot easier. And since we're talking about Super Cruise, I've had so many issues overshooting and having to turn around because I was going too fast to exit that Super Cruise safely. Well, there's 2 ways to avoid this, at least that I know of. One, keep an eye on the blue line to the right of your radar. It's going to kind of give you that optimal speed to reach. That's going to help you reach your destination and slow down. And if you keep yourself in line with that speed, it's going to help you slow down to the right speed as well. That's kind of the more manual approach. The easier way to do this is just to bind a key to 75% throttle. I don't know why, but it's automatically going to adjust your speed if you're going that speed. So what's going to happen is you change it to you're going to change it to 75%. The ship's going to speed up on its own, it's going to slow down on its own, and it's going to allow you to safely jump out. I personally have mine bound to number pad 7, and after I start getting closer to my target, I just hit number pad 7 and let the ship do the work. It's easy, it gives you some time to look at other things, and it's borderline foolproof. It's messed up a couple times, but I think that's probably user error. And then the final tip I want to talk about is regarding fuel scooping. Now, I haven't mastered the best way to do this without overheating, so I'm not even going to talk about that yet. But I can tell you that a fuel scoop is a great way to save some cash and some time, and is going to keep you out of situations where you would run out of fuel otherwise. Now, it's worth noting that you can only fuel scoop certain type of stars, those being A, B, F, G, K, M, and O. Anything other than that is a death trap. I didn't know that. I jumped into a system, tried to get some fuel, and was pulled out of Super Cruise with my ship just sitting at about 165% heat. That's really bad for your ship. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a video of that. I ended up surviving it, but it sucked. You know, on top of having to pay the damage bill, it takes a long time at non-Super Cruise speeds to lower the heat enough to actually be able to get away and be safe. Don't do it. Learn the star types and try and avoid actually scooping things that are not scoopable. So that's it. 5 general tips that I've kind of learned through playing, through mistakes, through errors, and hopefully those things can help you out. Again, total noob advice. I'll probably end up getting some more advanced stuff as I play more, but I just wanted to share that in case there was anybody else just getting started that needed the help, because for me, those are things that I wish I knew when I started. So that's it for now. If you guys have questions, put them in the comments. Otherwise, I will talk to you all later, and take care.